Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Wednesday WIP knockout. So excited to see some of you hop in here early. I was looking at the chat just briefly, but I didn't want to respond right away because I wanted to give myself a little bit to have a conversation with, utilize that context within the live itself. So welcome, everybody. I'm so happy that you could be here. I love that people are utilizing this time. You have about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, before we jump right into our first session. And I have my timer right here ready to go. I've got my projects right here ready to go. We'll see how far I actually get on them today. If you are new here, please grab 3 WIPs, 3 projects that you have that you've just been dying to work on, haven't found an opportunity to give it any time, any love. That's what this live is all about. This is a very structured live where we have 3 20-minute sections where we can tunnel vision and just no distractions. Just give this project 20 minutes. Try to make some forward progress in it. That way we can slowly chisel away at these WIPs and knock them out and get them off of our shelves, get them off of our to-do list, make room for new yarn, new inspiration, and just just get them done. Some of these projects that we have, some of the projects that I have are actually gifts that I've been meaning to give to people for quite some time. And I'm sure that they would like to get that gift already. Like, for real. Welcome. Hello, A Godly Man 2002. I'm so happy to see you back here. Welcome, Rachel and Barbie. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a really long name. Tika Wood Crocheting. Oh, I'm sorry. I have like such a long name. All the letters are together and it's like, I think that's what it means. But welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Come up here a little bit more. Lee, hi. Marie, hello. Fran, so glad you're here. Mary, hello. Shawanda, hi. Make It Do Farm. I love that. That's super cool. All right, so we have 3 minutes before we start our first 20-minute timer. It's so funny because the last few weeks I've had people mention in the comment section that they come for the structure and the conversation that we have during this live, but they're not necessarily crocheting. And that's totally cool. I've had people color. I've had people do chores. I've had people work. I've had people do cross stitching. Whatever you want to utilize this time for, I just wanted to create something with purpose. I don't know about you, but I am drowning in WIPs. So many. And that's because there's just so much gorgeous, beautiful, yummy yarn out there that inspires me. And I just want to start project. But I have a problem with finishing a project. Anyone else out there, or am I the only one? Problem finishing a project. And so I was like, you know what? If I'm having this issue and it's, a big problem, I have totes, like it's been taking up too much space. When it's come to the point of taking up too much space, I'm like, okay, we have to do something about that. And I'm like, you know what? I wonder if other people have this issue too. So I created these lives. And every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have been getting together. And some of you have actually finished your projects. I'm so proud. We throw like a big congratulations, like, yay. And then I have actually also had other people that want to contribute to these lives and make them more interactive and more engaging and even better, lift them up a little bit. A Godly Man 2002, I'm kind of referring to you and some of your points, some of your tips, ideas that you had that we could do during this live session that we do every Wednesday. And I think I'm going to try to incorporate some of that in my future lives. I'm gonna have to see though, like how I can make certain things work, because there's some things I can do on lives and other things that I can't do on lives. And I might actually start looking and investing in another program that has other things that I can tinker with and use. 1 minute, got less than 1 minute, guys. And then we're gonna jump. Oh, actually, we're starting right now. It's now 2:05 my time, probably something 05 your time, and begin. now we can kind of slow down a little bit, and I'll share with you the projects that I brought with me today. For anyone watching the replay, if you want to mute me or just kind of like focus on the timer, that's totally cool. Okay, so the projects that I brought today, and please share with me what you brought, what you're doing with this time in the comment section or in the chat. I'd really love to hear what you got on your crochet hook. So actually, I've got a couple new things to talk to you about project wise. I haven't really finished anything. I was able to finish that jasmine stitch blanket because I think during one of my lives I was so close to finishing that, and I just wrapped it up. So glad to finish that project. I shipped it out already. I'm like, yes, done. Like one and done. Perfect. Okay. The projects that I brought with me today, I got this tote bag that I think I showed you guys last week. So it's working with those pentagon shapes on the bottom. And this yarn is too difficult to see the shapes because they're joined together, and how they're joined, it's really hard to see that they're pentagons. But I got pentagon shapes, and when I joined them together, I noticed they made like this interesting oval shape. And I was like, huh, okay. Well, I just kind of rolled with it. And I was like, let's just keep going with this. And so now I finished joining the pentagons, and I'm doing a little mesh top, and I'm this far so far. And then the mesh is going to be the rest of the bag. I'm actually thinking I might want to start decreasing to give it a little bit more of like kind of an egg shape here. So I've got that. Super easy. I can actually talk and do that at the same time because I'm now at the mesh part where it's just chain 3 single crochet over a chain 3, then chain 3 single crochet over a chain 3. So super easy to keep going. The next project that I brought with me is I started on the Camp Boggy Creek blanket. I love these colors. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you. I haven't even shown. I took a bunch of pictures. I need to post the pictures to social media, but check out these beautiful colors that I'm using for my Camp Boggy Creek blanket. Aren't those beautiful? They're so colorful. So when I was talking with Juan and the whole group, I'm just going to say the whole group, because there's quite a few people that are part of this whole like crochet Camp Boggy Creek campaign, this whole group. And they mentioned that colorful blankets seem to be the most popular because we're dealing with kids ages. I have this written down. I'm not prepared for this conversation. I'm like, I have the project, but I'm talking about details that I wasn't prepared for. The age range is from young child, I don't remember the exact age, all the way through like 17. So, 18 being legal adult. So anything from super young all the way to 17. And colorful was most popular. So I went to We Crochet Knit Picks because I was looking for, budget friendly yarn that you could get anywhere, because I didn't want to just be store where you had to walk in, because a lot of people don't live next to a Michael's or live next to a Joann's. And so I'm like, okay, ordering online. And that is, so Knit Picks, We Crochet. I'm going to have the links to exactly what I used in the video, but I'm going to do a really cute little chevron, and it's going to have like these color combos. So that is the next project that I have here that I can tinker with. And then the third project, I am actually I'm making a collab project with Bonnie Barker. Who knows Bonnie Barker? Anyone in here? She has a YouTube channel. So Bonnie Barker and I, we are making I'm not going to talk much about it, but we're making a very special project together. And I have quite a ways to go. So I might tinker with that a little bit. And that yarn, oh, I can show you that. I have it back here on my shelf. We're going to be using paint box together. So again, budget-friendly yarn that you can buy online, and yeah. So lots of projects going on right now. So there's a lot of moving parts that happen behind the scenes of the channel, because when you got larger projects like this going on, you need time. So I need to start those way in advance. In fact, this Camp Boggy Creek blanket, I probably should have started last month prepping, but it's time, things get in the way. And then you got the weekly tutorials that you do as well. So it's like balancing all these different things that you're doing, and recording and picture taking and editing, and it's not just one video a week. It's usually a lot of moving parts. So yeah, got those going on right now. And we have 13 minutes and 30 seconds left in session number 1. So those are the 3 projects that I brought with me today. I thought it'd be really fun to talk about different projects. I know there's a couple projects that I've brought along with me in the past few weeks that they're not done yet. I still need to work on them, but I'll rotate things so that way I can talk about new things I'm working on with you. Keep it interesting. All right, let me go ahead and dive in the chat. Just to let you know, guys, this is a great opportunity for you to ask me questions if you would like. Start your questions with a couple question marks. A Godly Man 2002, you have a great strategy of utilizing the emoji, the red emoji question mark. Just helps my attention. There's so much happening, and I don't want to miss your question. If I do miss your question, just ask it again. I'll try to get to it. Also, I am open to super chats and super stickers. They help my channel, and they also help catch my attention. So if you choose to do a super chat or super sticker, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now let me go ahead and scroll to the top. Let's see what I got here. Keep going, guys. Remember, you're supposed to be tunnel visioning right now, working on your project. I am just talking to give you something to listen to. All right. I kind of appreciate that a lot. It takes a little bit of heat off of me. Like, gotta entertain, make sure I'm entertaining. Okay. I love how many people are here. Thank you so much for being here today. So, A Godly Man 2002, you asked, have I watched When Calls the Heart yet? I haven't. I have not watched that yet. I actually wrote that down again, and I will do my best to try to get to it this week. I'll see where I can find it to watch it, see where, but I'll try to find that and watch it, because recommendation. You're a hearty. That's cute. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, maybe loves crochet. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Evelyn, hello. First time watching live. Sweet. I'm so glad you're here. Grab 3 projects. We are already in session 1, our first project. We have 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to just tunnel vision and work on your first project. Don't look at any other project. Just focus on the one. Nana's Crochet Corner and more. You're like, 3? Me? 3? Hello, Bluegrass is cool. Hello. Peggy. Hi, Peggy. Do you have info on sending warm items to hurricane victims? Oh, I do. 2, 3. Sorry, you caught me like in the middle. Oh, that's funny. They're still not accepting crochet items yet. Okay. I did have somebody email me, and I actually have the 3. Let me show you. Oh, I can show you. Let me share my screen. Share screen, entire screen. Yes, share. Oh, don't look at that. Okay, so somebody emailed me with some locations where we could, or that you could send things. But this is, oh, nope, don't do that. Leave that alone. Go away. The 3 that seemed the most relevant were these 3. So this is direct relief, Hurricane Helene. It's also now Hurricane Helene and Milton relief, and some facts. If you would like to, all you have to do is Google. Go to Google and type in direct relief Hurricane Helene, or I'll show you some of the other ones. And I can also include these links in the description section of this live also. So obviously I can't reach the description section now while I'm live currently, but after this live, I will go back and I'll put these links in the description section for anyone that wants to take a peek. But they were kind of things that they were asking for were not crochet related. This one right here was United Way, NC, or North Carolina. So this is, oh, right here, North Carolina Disaster Relief, apply for funds. It just, and then this one was Florida, United Way, Florida, and how you can help. So, there we go. So that was what I was able to find. Nessa, I'm going to be looking at your comments a lot. Nessa lives in the North Carolina area, and so she would have direct information on what they're saying locally too. If you live in an area or close to an area that was affected by Hurricane Helene or Hurricane Milton, please put in the comments if you know any more information of how we can send items or websites that we could go to. Just, I think everyone is so curious for information. We want to help and we want to know how to help, but there's very little information. Nessa, your comment right here says, it's really cold here in North Carolina. In your area, we dropped down to the 40s last night. Whoo, girl. Dang. Peggy says, any info on Warm Up America for Hurricane Helene or hurricane relief? So I actually went to Warm Up America headquarters yesterday. I posted on social media this morning. I took a picture of me delivering that Denver Warm Up America blanket that I finished joining together, and I finished the order and I was ready to deliver it to them. And while I was there, I was asking Cherie, who is the contact person, if she had any information updates. And she said she found one that accepted crocheted items. And it was like she opened up for donations one day and then closed down donations the next day because she was so overwhelmed with how many things that she received that she couldn't possibly, like, she was way overwhelmed, like stressed out kind of thing. And this was just one person. And so there's still no information on physical crochet things. There are locations of things that people are asking for that are like hygiene products, certain like human need type things, water, basic things like that, but no one is ready for crocheted items yet, at least what I've been able to find. So keep working at it. We have an idea of what they will need. Cherie and I were talking. She's like, they're always going to need blankets. There's always a need for blankets, no matter what. There's a need for blankets. So creating blankets for adults, a lot of adult blankets, and child-size blankets. I would steer away from baby blankets. Baby blankets are so fun to make. They work up quickly because they're small. But the people that need blankets right now are adults and children. So if you could do blankets or beanies and scarves would be awesome. And just keep making stash bust, build up. And as soon as there's information, we will let you know where you can send things. But right now, they don't have anywhere to put them. And even if they had somewhere to put them, they don't have any free hands to distribute them out. Everyone they're stretched thin. They're very, very thin. It was a huge area that was devastated. Oh, thank you so much, Nessa. I don't have more info yet. I am waiting for my contact to say if they are ready for items. I did see Warm America make a post about North Carolina contact. And also making caps, mittens, blankets, lap blankets, maybe. Yeah, just all those things that are pretty common. The one other thing that I noticed, I was talking to Cherie, and I was like, what is the need? Now, if you go to warmupamerica.org, and you have to type out the whole thing. They don't do WUP, no, WUA.org. You have to type out all warmupamerica.org. You can see or click on a link or a tab that says needs. What is the current needs? And there are a bunch of current needs for other organizations all around the country. And I was like, so how do you know what the need is? I was like, do you reach out to people and ask them to take an order? like I would like to order a box of blankets, please, or I'd like to order a box of beanies, please. She does have a list of organizations that she reaches out to. That's like a common go-to organization. But she showed me her list, and there are at least 20 orders that organizations have placed for blankets that she still needs to fill. So if you are somebody that just needs something to do, or you have a ton of scrap yarn that you just don't really know what to do with, check out warmupamerica.org and check out their needs section, and they will tell you what blanket sizes that they need, whether it's a lapgan or a full size or a child size blanket. If there's color specific, so if it's like a veteran blanket, usually they like to stay red, white, and blue, or green, or the military colors, like some kind of camo, whether it's green camo, blue camo, sand color camo, like all this can apply. I've even heard sometimes pink camo. Yeah, you can do it. Like it's pertinent, I guess. But so if you're like Tiffany, I have stuff and I need it to go. I don't want to just pile things on. I want to make things and I want to like send them. Then Warm Up America has a ton of needs that they need to meet. But if you're able to hold off and you can just build up, then as soon as I know where to send them for Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton victims, I will let you know. Also, the Camp Boggy Creek campaign. I have my blanket back here that I'm going to be starting. But if you would like to make some Camp Boggy Creek blankets, they have a huge goal they're trying to hit. So their campaign, it started in August. It's happening right now. And it ends in February of 2025. And their goal is to donate 2,025 blankets for 2025, 2,025 blankets to this camp that will be distributed to all of the children that go through the camp. And it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, we have stuff to do, guys. Like, yeah, it's busy. Oh, our 20-minute timer has just ended. Now, got our 5-minute transition starting now. In this 5-minute transition, go ahead and wrap up the row, finish the row, find a good pausing or stopping spot with your very first project, then fold it up or put it away nice and neatly. No need to rush. You got a 5-minute transition. I did this on purpose because I didn't want people to feel any kind of stress or rush. I didn't want them to feel rushed and be like, finish that one, grab the second one, get ready, go. No, I was like, no, we don't need it to be that fast. So project number 1, and I'm going to grab project number 2 and just kind of be, I don't need the whole box. I can just have this. That's fine. Be good to go. Monica, what is your, you asked, what is your favorite stitch for super bulky yarn? I'm making 6 blankets and running out of ideas for that size. Well, I mean, first of all, bravo on making blankets with size 6 weight yarn. 6 weight yarn works up fast. So if you are in a pinch and you need to make a lot of blankets or need to make a blanket, then using a size 6 weight yarn is awesome because it's bulky, but it's soft, it's squishy, it's comfy, cozy. It makes a great blanket. But I totally get how you're limited in what stitches you can use because bulky yarn, size 6 bulky yarn, you lose a lot of stitch definition. So, and it gets a little more complicated to make those more intermediate stitches with such a bulky yarn because it's heavy. It's heavy and it's big, So size 6, size 7 yarn, I try to go back to basics, and it's beautiful. It works up great. You're not banking on the stitch being the star of the show. You're banking on the yarn color, the yarn texture, and just the pure size of the yarn being the focal point. So using a half double crochet stitch, boom, it's great. Using a half double crochet stitch in the back loop only, half double crochet stitch in the front loop only. You could do, one of my favorites is to do like an alternate stitch, or it's also called an up down stitch, where it's like a big stitch and then a small stitch, a big stitch and small stitch. So you could do like double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. It looks really cool. It's very full looking, but also works great with that size. What else? If you guys have any thoughts or ideas of a simple stitch or a stitch that Monica can use, let us know. We got 1.5 minutes of our transition. Trying to, baubles would be pretty massive. So I'd probably steer clear of baubles. And post stitches are going to be too, you could, but it'd be big. A cross stitch. Cross stitch would look really pretty. So like a double crochet cross stitch or a half double crochet cross stitch, that would be really cool. So some ideas. I hope those help. Also, if you wanted to, half double crochet in that third loop. So if you've ever looked at your V stitches on the top, if you look behind the back loop, you'll see a vertical line right behind the back loop. It's kind of like the camel stitch, where you're looking for the third loop after your V stitch. And if you insert your crochet hook into that, then all your V's get pushed forward, and it's really pretty. So some ideas. But watch your tension. That's going to be the thing that will kick your butt. Because if your tension is really, really tight, then working with the size 6 and some of these stitches is going to be complicated. All right, that 5-minute transition is over. Go ahead and pick up your second project, and we are now into session number 2. Make sure you stick around until after session 2. As soon as that alarm goes off, I'll give a 2-minute transition, so that way you can still wrap up your second project. You're not feeling rushed into anything, and find a stopping spot, put that away, and then we're going to stretch. Our crochet stretches are very important. By then, we will have been sitting for quite some time, and it's really good to just stand up and be mindful of our health, so that way we can continue to crochet for a very long period of time. La, la, la. Before I get to my next talking point, I want to make sure I dig into our chat. Oh, Laura, you shared what your projects are. Thank you so much. My 3 projects are red, white, and blue interlace. I think that's what that is. Red, white, blue granny square. And that is one that I just can't seem to finish. Totally get it. Yeah. I mean, granny squares are, especially like the granny stitch, super simple, a no-brainer type project that you can start and just kind of relax, watch a show, be in a conversation and not think about it too much, just kind of go. But depending on how big that project is, it can get boring. And that is why I end up doing a lot of projects that have multiple different types of stitches, like samplers, because I just get bored. my poor attention span. Hi, Teresa. Hi, April. You're working on a backpack. That's cool. Bluegrass is cool. Says working on a couple blankets. Nice. And then you're trying to finish those up so you can start a basket. I love it. Sunita, you were able to finish your corner. That is awesome. And your harvest blanket last Wednesday. Sweet. You're currently working on the mosaic gingerbread crochet along. That sounds like fun. Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. Love that. Glare. Crafty lady, right now I'm missing crocheting so much. Your arthritis is taken over in your hands. Well, I hope that you take a rest. I know how much it sucks and it's sad and frustrating to not be able to do the thing you love to do. But remember, if you can take care of yourself now, you can crochet for a long period of time. So we're being good now, but we will get back to it. There is time. I'm going to start this row. 1, 2, 3. Turn. Okay. Get that started. Is bamboo yarn good to work with, like kobu? It depends on the person. And I've heard that if you use a wood crochet hook, it's a little bit easier to work with bamboo, or at least kobu, because it has a different friction texture that helps with the splitting. Some people take issue with kobu because it is a little splitty. If you know that going into it, and you can work a little bit slower and utilize that wood crochet hook or those little tricks, or just be mindful of the fiber you're working with, then I think Kobu makes beautiful, beautiful projects. Um, it's just different. That's all. So I would encourage people to play with different fibers if they can, just because there is so much difference in how it crochets, how you work with it, how it feels, how it looks, how the definition of the stitches. It's really, really neat to experience that and see how even something as simple as a half double crochet stitch or a granny square can look so different, so different, just based on the material that you're using. Ooh, Callie G is working on a Christmas pillow using bulky yarn. Ooh, man. See, it's so hard because I wish that I could see a lot of the things that you guys are working on and doing. Please, please post pictures and tag me so that way I can see some of the stuff that you guys are doing. A Godly Man 2002, you're working on a scarf. Very cool. And then working on blankets. You're like, that's all I got, but I got more than usual. Totally get it. We have 13 minutes and 45 seconds left in session number 2. I feel like today's going to fly. Oh my goodness. Hi, Peggy. Ooh, Marie is making a hat and cowl scarf, 2 blankets, just finished 2 hats and 2 cowls, and blankets for wands for kids. Cool. Ooh. Nessa, you like the Brava line? I'm gonna have to check that out. I've scrolled. I'm just now noticing how far back I've scrolled. Oh, I love that people are working on their Christmas gifts right now. Good job. Good for you. I have a feeling I'm just not going to get to Christmas stuff this year. Just a little inkling, just a little feeling. Oh, it's on the Hallmark Channel and Fandango and Prime. Thank you, Golly Man 2002. We were talking about a show that Golly Man 2002 has recommended to me, and it's called When Calls the Heart, and I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. And I was mentioning earlier that I wasn't sure where to find it, and now I do. Now I know. Oh, cool. Have I decorated my house for Halloween? You're decorating today. So, yes and no. At the very beginning of October, we pulled out the totes. It's not a lot of totes, but just pull out the holiday stuff. We decorated around the inside of the house a little bit, but I have like one small blow up, like yard blow up feature that's probably like 7-8 years old by now. By now. It's a little rough, but it's you gotta still be in the in a tote in the garage. I don't have any outside decorations out yet. And I feel so bummed because I love seeing other people's Halloween decorations. I just got a bunch of pumpkins. I'm really excited about that. I've never bought decorative pumpkins before, and kind of like decorated my whole front door with some really, really cute. I got an enchanted pumpkin. I got a Cinderella pumpkin. I got one of those warded pumpkins, like full of wart like things. Yeah, and what was that called? I got like 5 different pumpkin styles that I just thought were so cool looking, and I haven't done that before, and I just got my front door decorated. I'm really excited about that, but no Halloween yet, so I got to do that this weekend. Obviously, got to do that. Get that up. I always say this and I never do it. Let me know if you guys have done this before or are like me and always want to but haven't done it yet. And that is hit up the after holiday clearance. Like, every year I'm like, oh gosh, okay, so I'm going to wait till after the holiday, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to like find all the sales and all the clearance and the closeouts and, you know, like the after holiday stuff that has big markdowns. And I'm going to go get all my decorations for next year. And then the holiday comes and it goes. And I'm like, nope, not this year. Maybe next year. But man, my sister, she is like a master decorator. She always has been. She goes all out with her decorations. Me, just not where my priorities end up being. Not that I don't want to. I just, would rather sit on the couch and crochet. Oh man, outed myself. Oh, poor Heather. Said you haven't been working on any projects, still lacking Crochet, but also in survival mode. Experienced Hurricane Milton, trying to recover. Oh my goodness! I hope that you're okay. That's crazy. Yeah, you just focus on your everyday stuff. Don't even put too much on yourself. Really, just kind of do whatever you need to do for your sanity and for your mental health. And yeah, girl, I hope that everything is all right. That how strongly were you affected by Hurricane Milton, Heather? Crocheting winter hats, knitted matching gloves and socks for your daughter. Oh, love that. Christine's working on some blankets, a scarf, and a top, and a loofah. I'm going to be making a loofah very soon. I want to make a bunch of spa sets as Christmas. That's the kind of Christmas stuff that I think I'm going to be focusing on. I have a bunch of cotton yarn. And spa sets they're fairly generic, and they can apply as gifts quite easily. And I'm going to try to stock up on a couple of those to distribute out as Christmas gifts this year. It's all about the presentation. We make the things, and then but you got to put it in a really cute little package it really cute. It's all about display. How your presentation. So Michelle, yes, I have only the only way I can afford them. A Godly Man 2002, you asked, are you guys going trick or treating this year? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if my daughter will, but my son is definitely going to want to go. Oh yeah, he's definitely going to want to go. Man, my daughter may or may not. She's kind of like aged out, both mentally and biologically. But she's always been the kid that's enjoyed giving out the candy at the door more than trick-or-treating, which makes sense with her personality. She has like this motherly personality. It's really cute. My son though, oh, he'll trick or treat until he can't anymore. Okay, we have 4 minutes. 4 minutes left in session number 2. Tunnel vision, guys, you got this. Ooh, Sunita, you said that you're noticing that sometimes they clearance things out before the holiday is even over. And then by the time the holiday is over, there's like nothing left. I'm like, okay, that's a good note. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to have to go and see. I have noticed though that most of the Halloween stuff has already kind of been like pushed in the corner and Christmas is taken over. Christmas is completely taken over. Oh, Heather, your place is fine. But in the 25 plus years, my parents have never had flooding, and they had flooding in their home. Your pastor family lost their home. Oh, my goodness. Well, my prayers will go to them that everyone is okay and that, you know, everybody can get the help they need and peace and comfort. I'm glad that you're okay and that your home wasn't affected, Heather. Like, thank goodness. That's just such a stressor. It affects you mentally on a whole different level. And thank you for sharing. I really do appreciate that. Some people hold that in and they don't share, but it's important to know that people that we are directly in contact with, that is in our circle, it's in our space, we're affected, because then it can take us out of the feeling, what's the word? Desensitized. It can take us away from feeling desensitized and the, oh, that happens to other people, that doesn't happen to us kind of mentality. And it brings it home. Like, oh my gosh, like someone I'm talking to is directly affected. So I really appreciate you sharing. Oh yeah. So I'm curious how many trick-or-treaters are going to be out this year. It's weird. Some years there's a lot and some years there's not. I've moved a lot, and the house that we just moved from before we moved here, that house was the neighborhood was pretty spread out, and we got maybe 3 groups of trick-or-treaters. That's it. And it's because the kids didn't want to come to our neighborhood because, you know, the amount of walking you had to do to the return in investment was not worth it. You know, it's easier to go to a neighborhood where the houses are closer together. But when we lived there and, you know, I had my own kids and we would take them trick-or-treating around the neighborhood, they, like, all the houses there, because there were so few kids, they would be like, please just here, just take the candy. It was like, oh my gosh, people would just be stuck with so much that they would just be giving away handfuls. It's like, oh boy. But when we moved to this house, we are in a tighter neighborhood where the houses are much closer together. And last year we were like, okay, we got to be prepared. There's going to be trick-or-treaters. It's just that type of neighborhood. So we got a bunch of candy, and then we didn't get nearly the turnout that we anticipated. We got stuck with a bunch of candy, and we're like, okay, all right. And our kids, they did go trick-or-treating last year, and they told us that where we live was not very busy, but in other sections that they walked through, it was super busy. And I was like, oh, so there are like sections that are more popular. And I was like, okay, got it. So this year I already grabbed some Halloween candy because I wanted to get the good stuff. And the timer is going off. We're going to give 2 minutes. Timer's up. 2-minute transition to just wrap things up, guys. And then we're going to stretch. So this year I got the good stuff. And I'm like, if I get stiffed with candy, I'm actually going to enjoy. I'm going to get candy I actually enjoy. So like that I actually like. But now I'm tempted to like dig into it early. You know, I'm like, be good. So, but I'm curious if this year will be different. If this year all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, we got a lot of trick-or-treaters this year. You know, it's so hard to know. I just say. Nessa says, I have multiple friends and family affected in Western North Carolina too. Wow. It's even harder to see the destruction and knowing people that had lives and had homes and stuff in that location. It's why I wanted so badly to help, you know, because it's just crappy. It's these sad, and I just like, they need a hug. A lot of these people need a hug, and you know, just sharing love. Heather says, it's been so hard to see and hear what people have been going through. I also had friends who were affected by Hurricane Helene in North Carolina and in Tennessee. It's just a bit overwhelming, and it's very overwhelming. And I think when it comes to that kind of stuff, the best thing we can do is be productive or proactive. Be on top of it. How can we help? And even who was it? Even our friend that has lost Crojo. Our 2-minute timer is up. Our friend who has lost Crojo. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I tried to find it. If it's possible to even consider making something to donate, not even, for yourself, just a blanket, something, or a soap sack, or a beanie, or a scarf, something that you can donate. Maybe that would even help your Crojo a little bit, because you're doing something outside of yourself, and you can still control. I'm like over here, like bending my knee, like squatting so I can be on camera. I could easily just kind of move my camera. Maybe that'll help, being able to do something different, knowing that it's for a different cause. It's just everything about it is a little bit different. So yes, it's sad and it's heartbreaking and it's emotional, but if we can be proactive as crocheters and be crochet warriors, as I have called us, then we can turn something that affects us one way and change it and like have it be like our fuel, our crafting fuel. I even made some merch. So go on my website and check out. I made some t-shirts saying Crochet Warrior. I thought they were fun if you wanted to check those out. Okay, so we're going to do some crochet stretches right now. The importance of crochet stretches is it helps our body to get out of that position that we have just been in for 50 minutes. We did two 20-minute sessions plus the 5 minutes in the intro and a 5-minute transition from session 1 to session 2. That's a total of 50 minutes that we have been sitting in the same position and crocheting or working on our project. So a common practice for us crocheters that we should actually do, we don't often because we get in our comfy spot and we just don't move for hours on end working on a project. But every 40 minutes or so, you really should stand up and move your body to help with your blood circulation, to help with your oxygen circulation in your body. And it also helps to prevent aches and pains from occurring in your body from muscles that they're staying contracted or retracted, or any particular lack of movement and pooling that might be happening in your body, or even just staying in a position that's not great for your joints. So we're going to just start by standing up. And that's a big deal in and of itself, is just standing up. There are 5 locations on our body I try to hit every Wednesday when we do a stretch, and that's our neck, our shoulder, or more than 5, but I'll do 5 stretches with you. The areas that I like to hit are our neck, our shoulders, our upper chest. I like to hit our forearms, our wrists, our hands or our fingers, and then our lower back. Those areas are the areas that we are putting the most stress on. So I'm going to start with our neck. We're going to do little resistance. So I want you to put your right hand on your hip. I want you to take your left hand and put it on the side of your head. And I just want you to gently move your head to the side. We're not yanking. We're not pulling. See, I could just. And then I want you to take your hand and I want you to straighten your hand. What that's going to do is it's going to take that stretch and it's going to make it even deeper. We're going to hold that stretch for 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release your hand, straighten your head. Oh, I love this stretch. Okay, other side. So your left hand on your hip, your right hand on your head, and just move gently your head over to the side. 2, oh wait, sorry, before I start counting, take your hand and I want you to straighten your hand to make that stretch even deeper and more yummy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Release your hand and your head. Beautiful. Now I want to open up my chest because when we crochet, it's usually the C curve like this. So I want to do the opposite. It's going to help our chest, it's going to help our upper back too. So when it comes to stretches, I'm just a crocheter. I'm not a doctor or a physical therapist. So listen to your body. Don't do anything that's going to put your body in pain, and don't do anything that is going to be too uncomfortable. Feel free to substitute things in. Do your own thing. Find a wall, any wall. I want you to take your hand and I want you to run it down the wall. So here's my hand. And then I want you to turn your body away from the wall. So right now, this is the form that I'm taking. But by having your hand against the wall, it's a resistance and you're going to feel that stretch. I want you to feel that stretch right here. And it's also going to open our chest. The more we turn away, the more it's going to open our chest. Feels so good. Hold it for about 10 seconds. Already been about 5 or 6. So 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the other side. So again, I'm going to run my hand across the wall. Try to push your body in line with the wall or have your body right next to the wall. And then turn away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. I really like that stretch because the wall helps to give us a much deeper stretch. It always feels so, so good. Okay, just did the necks, the shoulders. Now let's go ahead and do our forearms. Find a table or a desk, and I'm going to have us just take our hand, palm down, and then actually if you put your fingers facing towards you, we're going to stretch our forearm. So if you can only go here, then stop here. You can go down a little bit more. If you can make your hand, your whole palm touch the desk and lean into it. And then once you have, you just need to feel the stretch. Just feel the stretch. Move your body around. Move your arm, whatever you'll get, or however you'll get to that really nice stretch. Again, 10 seconds. So 8, 9, and 10. Whoo! Felt that one. Oh boy. Okay, and then the other arm, obviously. So fingers away from you. And just kind of lean into it. See if I can get out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing a little bit. It's literally just like this. And then 10 seconds. 8, 9, 10. Ooh, okay. Apparently I need to do a few more forearm stretches because I'm feeling that one a little too much. Okay, so next I'm going to do finger extensions. I love these. These are some of my favorite. So go ahead and spread your fingers out real wide and just take one finger at a time and not with force, no yanking. Just kind of just bring it back a little bit and then count to 5 to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. The next finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue with all your fingers. You can feel these lovely stretches throughout your palm and some even into your forearm. Just feels great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With your thumb, bring your thumb out and then back. If you just have it close, you're going to get limited stretching. So bring it out and then back. 3, 4, 5. Other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A godly man, your first stretch made you dizzy. Drink water. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So we got our neck, we got our shoulders, we just did our forearms and our fingers. Last stretch, we're going to do some side bends to help us with our lower back a little bit. So right hand on our waist, and then we're going to stretch our arm over. Oh, feels so good. Count to 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and other way. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, that felt so good. All right. If you liked any of those stretches and you want to do them more, keep it going. By all means, listen to your body and keep stretching. For the rest of us, let's go ahead and get ready for session number 3. And then I'm going to move my camera because right now you see yeah. All right. And here we go. Session number 3 has started. Go ahead and pick up your third project And let's go. I'm going to move this down. And that's okay. That'll work. It always looks funny. Like when I set up for my live, I got my camera exactly where I want to be. And then I go and I do these stretches and I've got to move the camera about. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to fuss with it. But great job, guys. I hope that you did those stretches with me. They feel really good. And two, they're great for your body. Even if you did different stretches, that's fine. It's the principle, the whole idea that you just got to get up, got to change positions, help you out. Get that all entangled. Oh my gosh, A Godly Man 2002, you got some awesome decor stuff. That's exciting. Oh, Rose, your third project is a baby cardigan in white. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Oh no, you're totally fine, Godly Man. If you can't do any of my stretches, totally fine. I mean, there are lots of reasons why you might not be able to. And as long as you know what you are able to do, just go ahead and do your own rendition of stretches. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome. Okay, this last project that I'm going to be working on is the Bonnie collab project. Whoop, whoop. See how much I can chisel away in this third session. This third session is our last session for today, and then our time together is over. So make the most of it. Really kind of tunnel vision, dig deep, get as much accomplished as you can. And then nope. Where is it? Oh, here you are. Cool. My goodness, guys. So much going on. October is going to be crazy. Right now, Warm Up America is hosting a Yarns Giving campaign. Remember, for those of you who have been here this whole live, thank you, A Godly Man. Yep, got my Valari pillow. Trying to be good. I always feel so much better using it. I do. I definitely notice when I'm not using it. It's incredible how much I notice a difference. It's not even funny. So Warm Up America has started their own campaign. It's called Yarns Giving. The whole idea behind it is to just kind of inspire people and motivate them to dig deep and crochet things for charity. You can choose whatever charity you want. They have a goal of a certain number of crochet sections, 7 by 9, or they can be knitted or crocheted, but 7 by 9 inch sections. And I think I will try to focus a little bit. I think I'll focus on that because I'm not hosting the campaign. I just want to help promote and help with the campaign. And so if you are someone who's just like, gosh, a blanket's just too much. And maybe you're a newer crocheter and you're not quite to beanies just yet. Or maybe you just have a ton of scrap yarn and you're like, man, I just need to get rid of some stuff and clear out some space. then Warm Up America projects are fantastic for that. And make just a bunch of sections. Use whatever pattern you want. I'm backlogged. I have so much editing I need to do. But there are a few Warm Up America section patterns that I'm excited to share with you all and kind of build up my catalog of Warm Up America tutorials. But wanted to share that. Yeah, gosh. There is one Halloween project that I've been itching to do, and I think I'm going to try. I don't know when I'll be able to sneak that project in, but I really want to do it. And it's a Halloween project. A lot of you some of you may remember, a lot of you won't. Oh, no, so you too? Girl, so I have a bunch of videos that I've recorded. I just need to edit them. So right now they're just in this raw form, and I got to edit them so that way I can bring them out to you all. Especially a ton of videos for the Crochet Club that are like polished versions of what we did live. But yeah, there's so much I want to do with you, and all of you in general. There's so much I want to create. It's just, I got to remind myself, like, patience, it's a process. I don't have to do everything immediately. I'll get there. But man, it would be great if I could just be like, and it's done. Like, that would be fantastic. I want to get this book. Totally just walked off camera. So whenever I'm out and about shopping, I am a sucker for crochet books. I love inspiration, and it doesn't even have to be crochet books. It can be shapes, quilting, cross stitch. It can be knitting books that I'm like, ooh, I wonder if I can convert that into crochet somehow. I just either need or I love to be inspired by other people's creative ideas. And I love Barnes and Noble, the bookstore, but they very seldomly have a decent crochet book selection. And I find that there's so many more options online, but I'm one of those people that also really likes to feel the book, check it out, and see, like, is there anything in this book that I can reference in the future, be inspired on? Is there any value in this book that is beneficial for me? And so that's why I like going to Barnes and Noble or used bookstores. I love to go to this one. There's a bookstore here called Half Price Books, and it's actually like a chain. There's a lot of them, but they're used books. And I'm always looking for inspiration. Well, there was one day I went with my son, and he's looking in one section and I'm looking in, the craft section, and not like there's like 15 different crochet books options. And I'm like, oh, nope, none of these are doing it for me. And so I went and looked into other sections, seeing if I might find inspiration there. And I did. Got 10 minutes left in session number 3. Hi, Mary, you made it. I'm so happy. Great. Hello. I found this book. It's called Creepy Cross Stitch. Right there. And the projects in here are all very moody and dark and like an adult version of the craft, not something kid or too cartoony. But I just kind of, I was inspired. And there's a couple of things in here that I really want to bring to crochet. And let me show you, there's two in particular that I'm like, gosh, if I could, I definitely want to do these two. So I think that's one of them. And I want to show them to you. And there's two ways that I could approach this. How to convert something like this into something that I do, crochet. The first is, did you know that you can actually cross stitch crochet? So you can form a backdrop with like single or half double crochet stitches, and that's it. And those single or half double crochet stitches create a 4-point kind of like cross stitch. And then after you make your backdrop, a solid backdrop, you can go back in and you can actually find your points and you can cross stitch over your crochet. So that's definitely one. So, oh, and that's one too. There's a lot in here that I was like, yes, I want to do that. And that one too. Come on, fingers. So I could do that, just cross stitch, or I guess I'll just show those. Or I could take the cross stitch design layout that they have, and I could do a color work where I do intarsia or stranding and incorporate, just a crochet using like single crochet stitches is the easiest, really is, and just work the pattern and invert or input the color work inside the project. So one of the two ways, but this is one that I would love to do. And if you see the way that they have the cross stitching, I could very easily just kind of like convert that into color changes in a crochet project. So there's that one. Oh, it's easier to see this one. There's this one. And there's this one. And this one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I had time, I would totally do a blanket. What I'm going to try to do is a pillow because I can just kind of focus on a smaller, just one side the pillow, do the other side of the pillow, and something very simple and straightforward. Mary, I think it was you, Gabalot, that mentioned putting it on in a sweater and just, having a very simple rectangle, and then your sleeves be rectangle sweater. So that way you can really focus and pay attention on either the color work or the cross stitching happening on the inside of the project. So there's so much I want to do with it. And I'm inspired, but it's just like time, but also just the inspiration. I wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to see that inspiration can come from anywhere. Like this is a cross stitching book for cross stitching, and I'm going to utilize it, cross it over to my own medium of crochet. And I feel like crochet is fairly new when it comes to the different things you can do with it, whereas cross stitching has been around for centuries. And even knitting, trying to convert something from knitting to crochet, knitting has been around for centuries. Now, crochet has also been around for centuries, but it was different for a long time. Crochet was, for the longest time, crochet was with thread, and they would make lace with it. They would make accents. They would make like the little details off of a collar. They would make the details, detailed border of like undergarments or tablecloths, bedspreads. It was usually like just something used with crochet thread or for detail. Some Irish crochet where you would create actual like individual embellishments that you would join together. Got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. But it was not necessarily used to make full projects like beanies or scarves or like wearables. It was always the details. It was always for details and for other things. And so it's only the last 100 years that crochet has been utilized in those other forms. So maybe that is why there are fewer books than other crafts. And also why I get really inspired. Oh, thank you, Nessa. Very true. You could also use Tunisian simple stitch as a backdrop that you can cross stitch onto, crochet cross stitch onto. That is another very common stitch that is easy to use, easy to see those 4 points for cross stitching. I'm seeing that being used more and more often is the Tunisian simple stitch backdrop for cross stitching. Make a grafgan. I think that's a goal that I'm going to have, is a grafgan. I love all the emojis, Mary. Oh, Sunita, you liked the last one I showed, the moon. So cool. One minute and 50 seconds. Time to push. You got this. Let's finish strong. I got real quiet. I'm like, I'm trying to finish strong. I'm like, I got this. Tunnel vision. Blinders are on. One minute. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. I'm so glad that you made it. We're just wrapping things up, but there's going to be an awesome replay for you. Twenty seconds. And that is all, folks. Because this is the last session, if you want to keep going, you are more than welcome to. But remember, every 40, 50 minutes to take a moment to put the project down, stand up, and do a little stretch. It will make a big difference, and it'll help your crocheting ability for long term. So please listen to your body, do good things for your crochet health so that way you can crochet for a very long time. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here. It means so much. If you're here in the live, you guys are awesome. I'm so happy that you were able to make it. If you're catching the replay, please leave a comment. Let me know what projects that you worked on today, what you're trying to chisel away at. And also, just thank you so much for taking the time to work on those projects, work on those WIPs, and finally finish them. Together, we will get through our WIPs. We will knock them out so that way we can clear up our space and make room for new inspiration. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys back here next Wednesday for another Wednesday WIP knockout. Bye, everybody.